And if you happen to get one, it's going to be because someone is a booster that went to school there, and every ticket is $150. I don't care what 94,000 people times $150. You know, we sell our tickets for $40, and a lot of people say, man, that's too much. You know, last year I got that same ticket for $30. That's last year. Cause we were just talking earlier today. Everything's gone higher. You know, the catering, the air travel, hotels, bus transportation. You got to feed them kids 3 meals a day when you take them off campus. Yeah. You can't put them in no motel. They're in 5-star hotel. You got to treat them like they are celebrities. They know the difference.
Exactly. With that many people, how many people you think could either, let's just say, how many men you feel like maybe could find a wife there or lose a wife?
Now, that one I can't answer. But I imagine it's a lot. They can find and lose a wife and a husband too.
I'm telling you.
You see some of them looking at a woman, the women get mad. What you looking at her for, But I mean, that's part of life.
That's the element.
Yeah.
It does have an element, like it is a star-studded element for us to, put on our best of best, to go shopping, to where, like you said, it's an event. We treat it as a concert. To have that rock star feel of it, to where the anticipation really starts the moment the moment the game ends. They're already prepping for the next year of like, oh, I can't wait to go back. How does that feel to be able to have that type of excitement, to bring that type of excitement to an event?
Well, I mean, that's part of being a promoter, is being able to, like I said, figure out how you going to make next year better than this past year. What are you going to do different? What is your next interview? How you going to make this next interview better than what we're doing today? You got to figure that out, And that's something that a good thing about it. I got a whole year to figure it out.
Yeah, does the clock start right the next day or?
Oh, yeah, it starts, I'm already, you learn some things and you don't want to get off track. You want to keep the course that you started this year on, and you just can't keep changing because somebody come to you with a different idea. And I mean, I get ideas every day, and I just say, okay, I put that away for next year. Okay. And you have to know when to use those ideas.
How far were you planning ahead with some of these events? Would you only go 1 year ahead, or would you go 2-3 years? Like, this is how I want, or do you just take it year by year?
Well, this particular event is an annual event. So I take it year by year for this event. Now, there are events that I do that I know that I can't get certain artists to participate in this particular year, but I can say, okay, since you're not available this year, like, for example, Gladys Knight, I had her on a show, and it was a Mother's Day show. And I do Mother's Day every year, and I do anywhere from 9 to 12 shows in 3 days. And I know I wanted Gladys Knight. And she said, I can't do it this year. And I just stayed on it, I said, well, if you can't do it this year, can you do it next year? Well, we'll take a look at it. Can you do it the next year? Until I got her. And when I got her on that show, the most unique thing, she got a standing ovation by just walking out on the stage. And it was in my Mother's Day show, it's a lot of gospel artists, but I don't call it a gospel Mother's Day show. I call it a Mother's Day celebration. And we have secular, I've had Gladys Knight, I've had Patti LaBelle, Stephanie Mills, Jonathan Butler, Kelly Price. This year I have Eddie Levert.
Oh yeah.
So I have Howard Hewitt this year. So I have people. All these people have seen these people in other environments, and some of them are so embedded into the church, but they remember going to see the OJs back in the day. So now I got Eddie, is going to come in there and sing Stairways to Heaven.
Come on.
I mean, he going to turn it out.
Come on.
Come on. It used to be my girl.
I mean, I'm telling you. And I want to take it there now as far as, if you don't mind speaking on, you have your hands in so much. I just learned that you're one of the originators of the Universal Soul Circus. And let's just stay right there for a moment. As far as even that in itself, I remember going to Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey for so many years at the old Reunion Arena. And that was like the only circus type event that we would ever have just in this area, in this Metroplex. And then the Universal Soul Circus came, and it just kind of started as a small thing, and it just built to something to where even that started kind of dwarfing. The Ringling Brothers kind of started becoming to the back burner of people wanting to go to the Universal Soul Circus because it seemed like it was strictly for us to have fun with. How was that even birthed, and how did that even come about?
Well, there was a gentleman by the name of Ricky Walker, and Ricky started the Fresh Fest back in the day. The rappers, and we were doing a play together. And he told me and one of the other partners, said, "Man, I want to do a circus, black circus." He said, "What? A black circus? That's what I want to do." And we said, "Okay, Rick, he said, "So I want y'all, I still want to be involved in this here play." And we said, "Okay, well, we'll do it. And you still a partner with us." And he convinced us all to be financially involved in this event. And we did. And when he came to us one day, on the first day out, we played at Atlanta. And the first week out, he said, "Well, fellas, we all knew we were going to lose money on the first time out." And he said, "We're going to lose money. But if I add another week, we won't lose as much money." So we just said, that's a no-brainer then. What you asking us? Add another week. We lost 3 times the amount of money that we were going to lose in that 1 week. But he convinced us, and we all just, went along with it. And I stayed in there for a while with it. And I just said, "Ricky, I won't feed no more elephants and tigers." And
Okay. Right.
I said, "This is not for me." But I'm still involved when it comes to Texas. Yes. So when it comes to Dallas, it comes through me.
I'm just curious, what was the worst accident that ever happened while, at the Universal Circus from what you remember?
Well, things would happen, like somebody fall off a trapeze, you miss a flip or something and you hurt yourself. But it was never nothing, death-taking, But, that's in anything,
Risk of any
playing
business.
a football game. You can see people walking on stage and trip, and fall on the stage, an entertainer singing. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have accidents. That's what insurance policies are for.
There you go. Risky business. Also, you mentioned that you had help in the start of Tyler Perry's career as far as him doing the plays. What was your role in that as far as just curating with Tyler Perry?
Well, there was a guy there named Arthur Primus that someone told him about Tyler Perry, and he went and did a show, and he came to me, and he said, "Al, I got this idea and this artist. We can do this play." And I had 2 plays out. I had my football games. I was doing gospel. I had Kirk Franklin. I was doing other things. I just said, "Look, man, I'm busy. You just go ahead on and do the play. Whatever you need from the office, the staff, we'll work with you, And so we started working with him, and he pretty much built it, and we was involved with him, and we stayed on top of it for a couple of years, and it just, just blew up, Steve Harvey, the same thing. Steve was performing in a club here in Dallas, and I convinced him, "Steve, you're drawing these people in this club. Let's see if we can go to a theater and play a theater." And we did.